Hey Aquarius, welcome to the Wanderer's Tarot. A lot going on this month. Let's see what we can find for you. What have we got going for the month of March for Aquarius? Aquarius is going through some changes right now. Some big changes. Sorry about that. That would be my puppy squeaking if you hear her. Squeaking at her toy. Alright, you guys are being stubborn today. So, alright. We got the Hermit and the Hierophant both in reverse. So we've got you coming out of seclusion and totally transformed. Kind of feel like it's a little bit of a spiritual journey, not full throttle, but subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, there's a undertone here, if I may say so. We've got Judgment and the Judgment in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Self-inflicted restrictions. Guilt. And I almost feel like it's like the reverse form of retail therapy. What's going on with you guys? Odd energy from you guys. This is not normal. Typically you're a little more loopy, happy. I just kind of feel like there's a heavy weight on you guys right now. We've got Three of Cups and the Queen of Swords in reverse. We've got a reason for celebration here, and yet you're having a hard time finding the right words, finding the right way to express yourself, finding reasoning behind celebrating. It still feels like guilt. There's an underlying of guilt. So let's see what we've got here. I don't know what the deal is with you guys. As a general reading, there's typically more. Typically. These cards are really difficult today. Okay, let's get some determinators here. Detail, please, detail. Ooh, okay. Not gonna take the whole deck with it, but thanks. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay. Okay, Aquarius, so you've been wanting to be, we got the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse. We got a lot of fiery energy here. I get the feeling that you've been very idealistic lately, and with the Knight of Wands in reverse, you don't feel up to par, or things that you had rose-colored glasses about just don't seem the same anymore after your little return from getting to think things over, think things through. It's really changed your mindset and realizing the reality of what it is versus what you had wanted. Whatever it was, your idealistic version here, and where you're getting a lot of the guilt, is the fact that there's a lot more work that needs to go into this than what you were willing to put in. The Three of Swords, it's typically a love card, a love triangle card when it's upright and reverse. I just kind of feel like a lack here, like an empty space there once was. So is this about a relationship? I'm feeling like this is about a relationship, and that there's money kind of tied into this, and money was a contentious point. Someone not wanting to put in someone not wanting to put in their 50%, because in a relationship it takes two people. You can't expect someone to foot the bill for you and them and be okay with taking on all that stress, and then you not even being capable of keeping up with your end in the household if you're the one that's not working. So I kind of am getting the feeling of a lack all around here. I feel like there was a point where you guys were gonna work things out here, but for some reason it's still in the back of your head, because this was a pretty big argument going on here. Yeah, see? And that's what's coming of it. The Lala card, the Fool card, the Lala card. Da-da-da-da-da. Everything in my world's fine. I'm okay. Things are fine for me. Well, if someone's doing all the work for you, then of course, Aquarius, I'm sorry, but I feel like now this can either be you or them. I don't know. But if someone's doing all the work for you and you're just getting to go shopping and doing your thing and whatever makes you happy all the time, then the other person is going to be feeling a large lack. So Aquarius, if this is you doing this, there are major conversations that need to come about, and a major understanding that needs to be brought forth between the two of you, because that turns into a karmic situation here if this is you doing that. If this is your other doing that, again, it's a karmic situation on their end, and there are things that they need to right. There's no reason to stifle yourself or to put yourself in a situation where you're made to be a workhorse for someone that's showing no thoughtfulness or thankfulness or treating you as an equal. It's not right or fair. And that's definitely what I'm getting from this, is that this is a lopsided relationship, financially and emotionally. It doesn't feel like it's very fulfilling, because someone's just not putting the work in. And that's not a very fair ride to go for the month of March. The month of March is supposed to be a month of learning and growth, and I guess you guys are learning through relationships. So I'm sorry about that. Again, however it is that you see fit to handle the relationship, and voice your expectations and concerns in a loving manner, a firm but loving manner. Let's see. What have we got going here? Ooh, expansion. There we go. Okay. We got some pretty solid cards here. All right, we've got Jupiter, the planet of growth and expansion. So there's a lot to be learned from this for you. Jupiter expands things, but it depends on the rate and the topic that it's hitting. And let's say for Venus, since this is about love, it can be a volatile love. It can be love bombing, which very well may be what this was. You kind of had. You were told one thing and there were expectations, and then it kind of fell flat. These are things that you're having to learn, though. These are lessons. Like, I'll go ahead and say this. One, I'm an intuitive reader, so the cards may not be read traditionally. I know there are many readers that watch. Hi, welcome. But my interpretations are based off of energy and off of my guides. Also, during a reading at any point in time, this is for entertainment purposes. Also, if there are things that you need help or guidance in to make a life-changing decision, find your professionals. That is medical, whether that's a doctor, a psychiatrist, or a therapist, legal, a lawyer, or financial, yes, CPA. Whomever it is that you need to go to, please seek professional help. This is for entertainment. However, in the form of Jupiter coming in my opinion, along with this being a relationship reading, this is a lesson that kind of hits a little hard. Being an air sign and being as communicative as you guys usually are, because you are little social butterflies, it's hard when you take people at their word and they fall short. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with this. Also, financially, may or may not be on your end. In my experience, the Aquarius that I know, they're good at making money, but they aren't good with money. So that is more of an earth sign thing. It depends on what your rising sign is as well, but you guys, you are finances, socializing, love life, friendships, partnerships, you guys kind of flit from one place to the other. And that's just kind of what I'm seeing in this. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're contributing to the lack in the relationship, just that you guys aren't on the same page. So there's some things that you're doing that are triggering them, and there's some things they're doing that are triggering you. And until you guys can come to the same point, it's going to kind of keep creating that friction. which we're seeing with Jupiter, okay? We've got yin, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. To be receptive. So that, like I said, the conversation needs to happen here. You guys need to communicate. You need to network with one another to understand what the mindset is, what your goals are in the relationship, so that you can create the steps to go together. Because otherwise people grow apart. That's not unusual either. So follow your gut. Follow your gut. We have Aquarius. You got your own card. Originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. You guys are very, 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 out of the air signs, you're very watery. You guys are a little bit all over the place, but it's okay. You're kind of like on that weird cusp between air and water, energetically wise, I feel. And there's some earth signs that to me are a little more airy than air signs, so even a fire sign or two. So you know, to each their own. But I think another part of that popping up here in the reading is that you need to find what dreams that you guys have together, like what it is that solidifies the two of you, even if they may be a little bit more staunch in personality, what their creative side is that does mesh with you, things that you could do together, goals that you have. Like I said, even just dreams. You have to find a common ground, because right now there's none. Fixed. Stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. Fixed card for an air sign. So I think the hardest one here would be stability for you guys, because you guys like to move, kind of like the gypsies, from one place to another. Don't want to stay too long, like to stay long enough to enjoy and have a good time and then move along to the next thing. It's kind of where you guys thrive, right? It's not necessarily chaos. It can be, but it's not really out of that. It's out of a love and a joy of getting to try a little bit of everything. But this relationship to me feels more like a traditionally fixed sign that you're trying to get with, and so you guys have vastly different opinions, which isn't a problem as long as you guys can find that commonality. So remember, like I said, take your time, talk it out. You guys are about communication and networking, so talk it out. That is where you thrive, my social butterflies. Let's see. These are going to be your moon cards. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. You guys aren't really wanting to have anything. Okay, we're going to do that. All right. Okay, so here we go. Be bold and make the first move. This is for the cardinal moon, okay? So I think what this is very blatantly saying is that you're going to be the one to make the first attempt at communication here. Just remember that you should keep this in a neutral territory for both of you so that the other is not feeling attacked or cornered. It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. What better time than the present? Because the sooner that you guys are able to do this together and figure out what's going on, the sooner you can kind of salvage whatever it is that you guys were trying to start to begin with. Otherwise, it's just going to kind of keep spiraling. Let's see, we've got you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. I actually really love that you have this, because what this is saying is that you're safe to express to one another what you're really thinking and feeling. Like, don't be concerned about the reaction you're expecting, because it's not what you're going to get. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. So it's gaining momentum. Like I said with Jupiter, it's an expansion. So if you catch it now, it's at a smaller stage. But if it's gaining momentum, in my mind, it means that it's going to pick up speed and it's just going to turn into a massive elephant in the room. So rather than doing that, catch it while it's a teeny tiny mouse. Say something, open your mouth. Say it from a loving place, though. See what you can do to find out what's going on. Just sit down and have it out. I really feel like it's just a lot of miscommunications and a lot of misunderstandings, because if they understood where you were coming from and why you do things the way you do because of your personality type, they would come from they would understand it's not being done to them. It's just you doing you. You're a little more detached than they are, especially if they're a fixed sign. They wouldn't understand that. So anyway, this is what we've got for the month of March. Communicate, be calm, be patient, be understanding, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and I can't wait to do a read again for you guys in April. Bye.